with another utility jungler. All right,
That's
looks
why.
like DMX, DMG, they're playing to a very specific meta. This is a I wouldn't want to say old meta, but this is a meta that they're comfortable with.
So, Net Angels, maybe with the Fredron being banned out and with the Boxia pickup, is Angelus more comfortable on the utility jungle?
Yes, they know something. Oh, Coach Knight of Net Angels knows something. I had breakfast with him the other day. Such a charming dude. They know something.
They definitely do. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Both compositions have been set in stone by both of these teams. No debut picks just yet. But of course, that Nana is going to be an interesting mid laner to watch out, especially in her lane with a Valentina. So we're going to ring up our casters. You there?
We are. Thank you very much, Eterna, and of course, Leo again. I'm Naisu, and I'm joined on desk here with Mirko, and we're heading on into Group B now. Last group, of course, to get through the group stage. How we feeling, Mirko, about the lineups?
I'm feeling good about the lineups, you know. I definitely got to clarify some things here. You know, Liam and Jonathan Green mentioned earlier that, you know, the Juicin has been doing real good.
Zusin?
Yeah, the Juicin, according to Naisu. But, you know, at this point, I think I've just been playing with the wrong Juicins, right? Because, yeah, the Juicins have been amazing. Not my Juicins on my team, though, for some reason.
Hey, you know, I don't know if you got to blame the RGs here for that or what.
No, I'm not. I was not playing solo.
Oh, you know, so whoever you're playing with, that's what. Well, who was that? You know, it wasn't me. But look, I would say this as far as the lineups here that we have for this game number 1 between Net Angels and Dreammax girls. This is a lineup that we don't typically see often. I mean, Nana from Cassie is here, and you know, you see this pop up once in a while, but it's really for certain lineups. This one can work though, because if you think about it, you've got a great setup potential with this. You play down into the Zaman Force, the Z Force, you drop down the Blitz. Whoa, oh, early aggression already from Vanilla. By the way, Vanilla from Indonesia, an import. I'm surprised with this. I was actually, when I saw that, I was like, man, how did they end up even getting Vanilla, you know, to compete for this? But great to see from Net Angels bring in some import as well.
It's really, really cool, definitely, right, to see an Indonesian player playing for Net Angels here from Myanmar. So technically, this is the first time I think that Myanmar has like an import going on for them, right? Because even for the men's team, we don't really see imports from the Myanmar region. So really, really cool to see that already. Net Angels in the early game, though. You can see that aggression. Vanilla definitely has that signature Indonesian aggression as the Roger in this game. And it seems for now, Keria in the mid lane will have a bit of a tough time flying, doing some damage back. Angelus able to get the shield unity. Now with the Poissons, Hybrid going in as well with the current call. Pops in a vengeance penalty, so stolen away. La La Land locks them down. Halang still able to survive. Cassie turns it around. Vanilla scratching them down with the Lycan form. Angelus trying to run away. Vanilla gets it the fade away. She runs away. Keria trying to go for the pickup, flicker forward, Dora Woki with the dog coming, Vanilla with the Lycan pounce gets away. Great response from Koo.
Hey, that import's looking pretty good right now, right? What a play. What a just a showcase of the mechanical skills here from Vanilla, as we were talking about. But the team, too, I mean, even from Koo, able to get that knock up there with that jump to keep her alive, basically, and help play that out. We're going to take a look at the STC replay. Look at this. This is masterful. Great setup, though, also, you know, from a DMG. But, man, Vanilla goes in. It's 1 versus 2 here. Cassie's like, I'm going to go back. Never mind. We're going. And then Keria jumps in under the turret. But look at that. That little knock-up was enough to buy some time to go ahead and cap out on it. You could see the reaction there from Keria. Now Turtle, though, for the taking.
Good Menace Fury by Koo, now with the penalty zone from Lang as well, locking him down for the boomerang to do so much damage. Angelus will just be taken out. And now it's Cassie who gets traded back. Good vengeance there from Hybrid, going for the chase on the Vanilla, who's on the Lycan form. Good disengage again from Koo. Lycan bounce ready up. Dora Wolf King castling now. La La Land trying to go for it. Lang, one more swing. Oh, Hybrid gets out with the dash in time.
Oh, man. I got to give it up to Koo again. Time and time again, she's there. She's playing the part, playing the role. This Minotaur is a nuisance because every single time DMG wants to go for a kill, it's like, man, Koo's in the way. And as they go on from the game, I mean, no one's been able to get the turtle just yet, but they just want to kind of duke it out. You know, they just want to fight for this. Still, both teams kind of waiting for the junglers to get in position here. So Angelus will go ahead and start this up. She's got the Molten Essence too. Gonna help damage the turtle just a little bit. You know, very minuscule for now. But still, kind of pushing and pulling between the turtle pit. Could heal up from here too. I've already joined, so now Carry on the front side.
Oh, the full target onto Vanilla. The current call, the penalty zone, but now they're all going to be caught in the Midness Fury. 2 members knocked up. The turtle going to be secured by Angelus there. As Cassie goes in with the boomerang, picking up a double kill. Carrier running away as Ku and Cassie will disengage, going back into the mid lane, and now maybe go for a few shots on that turret.
Gotta respect that damage. You know, you don't see Nana often, but when she does come through, the damage potential is quite surprising this early on even. You know, now the fact that Cassie's got 3 kills in her hands, she's going to scale it pretty well. Starlium Scythe also being picked up here by Sakoshi. Has that available. Oh, Cassie able to survive. Flickers, burns the flicker, but that's all right. You avoid pretty much death here. And so with that, again, when you're talking about the objectives and fighting around it, the lineup that Net Angels had gives them the small advantage. So if you are DMG, you really want to play against that. And also for La La Land, you know, great movie, by the way, but La La Land, you want to be able to pick the right ultimates here. And when you're thinking about it, what do you take? Is it a penalty zone? Is it a Minoan Fury? Do you take your own Melina Blitz? I mean, you have a lot of choices here.
Definitely a lot of choices to go for. That's true. I think still it's either Minions Fury or Penalty Zone. Great moments to set.
Yeah.
Unless your team already gets a combo in. And I think right now, she actually does have the Melina Blitz. So really trying to hope for Carrier or at least Angelus to really look for a big set or pick. By the way, also love that movie. Ryan Reynolds and Emma Watson, right?
Yeah, that's great. You know, check it out if you guys haven't. But, you know, I'm sure that maybe the next person to interview, if they ever get a chance, ask La La Land if that's her favorite movie. Right? Going back to the game here, you can already see Melina Blitz is being held on, but I think it's more so like, let's make a play here on the bottom side. They go in.
Catching Ku, she's still able to just heal back up. Motivation Roar. Sakoshi, though, in the bottom lane, does get chunked quite a bit, and she has the Vengeance, so going to be very, very susceptible to a lot of the CC, but she's going to be happy taking all that damage from the carry. Technically, for Aslan, she's going to be she has to be very careful when it comes to a lot of these initiations, because even if you get the pick, once she pops into Vengeance, Sakoshi, no one can really go for the all-in instantly. La La Land.
Okay, she was actually in a good position there, too. She might still drop it down for this. Oh!
Carrier went for I'm offended. Unfortunately, not able to connect Lang there with the penalty zone. Locking Angelus down as the Melina Blitz does a lot of damage. Terrified down Lang. Gonna be caught in the shred. Coming down from Aslan. Minus Riku steals it away. Gets a 2-man knockup. Now Vanilla walking forward with the Lycan form and the Lycan pout. Now scratching. Leo will say, grrr. That's right, Vanilla. Clawing through everything.
That's right. Leo would say grr. And Ku, man, talk about a performance on this Minotaur. They're still going to battle it out here in the mid lane, pushing them back a little bit further, but already the objective secured from Net Angels. And at this point, once again, they're going to play with the power. Look at this, under the Z-Force, they'll just take the turret. They'll take La La Land on top. Sakoshi, gone.
Oh, man. Just like at the Oscars, man. When you think La La Land is about to win it, Moonlight comes over and wins the Oscar.
Yeah.
Sakoshi's Moonlight.
Sakoshi's Moonlight. That's pretty much it. And, you know, with that, the kill that Sakoshi just got, too, against La La Land, it's going to help Sakoshi build up. Already the Feather Heaven locked in, working on the third item here. And this is where we see, I mean, how many times have we seen that matchup, actually, between the two gold laners where it's a carry and a Hereth? And a lot of the times, especially when you get to the mid to late game, the Hereth is still shining, but if carry can actually survive, we're talking about positioning, because if you're talking about range or position-wise, carry's got a lot to do a lot more work. You know, for the Hereth, you just drop down the Zaman Force, you bob and weave through it with the Sync Vision, and you're popping off, you know, at that point.
Especially when there's not a lot of, like, lockdown CC.
There isn't. Oh, hold on. Top side.
Wow. Great escape still. Even though there's some damage down there, that's a 3-man knockup straight into the Zaman Force, like you mentioned, popping the Vengeance and Vanilla. Now with the Lycan pounds onto Aslan under the turret. Goes back to gun form. Goes on to La La Land. Oh no. She's trying to go for it. She's trying to survive. But Sakoshi again. Moonlight strikes again.
Moonlight strikes again. La La Land has to dance. But unfortunately will not be able to move on from that position under the turret. Turret secured as well. Man, Vanilla, super impressive, of course. And they're going to take a look at the STC replay. This was a great choice to try to set things up, but time and time again, Ku on point with Munoin's Fury, and then the cleanup crew comes in, Vanilla and Sakoshi. Gonna miss a couple shots, but then it cleans it up anyway. Exactly what they need, plus the objective is secured. You know, so I was talking about that. The scaling potential with this Harith is going to be at a crucial point already. We had the 2 items already locked in. Now with that whole interaction, you know, you're much better in a position now for the objective once it comes up here. And, you know, the Lord's already up. Endless Battle also picked up here. It looks like the Holy Crystal is going to be worked on. Usually we see it picked up, what, before the 11-minute mark, I would say, and you're on to a good position already. And it looks like she's going to do just that. So Lord's up. They're going to start it out. Looks like Vanilla's going to go ahead and pull up the Lord for Dreammax. How are they going to do this? How are they going to approach this? You're going to force it in. It's already a quarter of the health. It does go through a reset. Oh, but Cariad really trying to struggling here, trying to find an opening. It might be all up to her, because Angelus also kind of waits in the backside just to get the information. But look at Malang, the threat alone for herself. That might just be a free Lord.
Whoa, Hybrid trying to go for the steal. It's very tough to do that on a CC. And you can see it, you know, Hybrid gotta pay the price there. Also using a Vengeance, by the way.
I feel like she thought she was more tanky. With a Vengeance.
With a Vengeance.
But, you know, and it was kind of like we didn't have much of an option to do anything there if you're Dreammax girls, because they were kind of just watching the Lord get taken. Then it was like, you know, Carrier can't find an angle. So, you know, what's the plan there? And unfortunately, that wasn't it. So now they're going to work through this Lord, take it down. They run back to the tier 2 in the mid lane, but this is going to get taken as well. And they might still, again, force a fight, force a situation under DMG. Lord should be taken care of even before it gets to the turrets. But keep an eye, Net Angel still could possibly fight under the turrets, get these shields popped. It looks like they're going to make their way top side too. You got La La Land holding on to the penalty zone. So actually, that might be enough. But here goes the shield in the mid lane. Melina Blitz, this is where it's super deadly too. Definitely. Down at the straight end into the lane.
Ow.
Okay, again, she holds on to it, but shields are all going to pop in the base.
You can see the boomerang as well. The poke that Sakoshi has with the synchro fission even, because technically for Dreammax girls, they're all really short range, right? So they're all within the range of the poke that usually wouldn't be able to catch them. If you're on, you know, longer range heroes, Sakoshi wouldn't be able to use the synchro fission as poke, but because of the short range, they've really been bullied by Cassie, Sakoshi. Definitely. I would say even Huang, throwing out that first skill and getting a little bit of physical damage in. Some good reads here from Dreammax girls. They're able to spot out just a bit there. I don't know if they know, but it seems that Angels, they just want to occupy the Kumar bush here, you know, recalling. There's some sorry oohs. There's a rebellion one too.
I don't know. Maybe Vanilla also influenced that. They're going to go ahead and go for this. They crashed in though.
Vanilla running back to the team right now, gets terrified down. That's a good penalty zone and the curtain call, but now it's another penalty zone coming in from Huang, and that's Sakoshi with his Amon Force going back and forth. La La Land still able to dash out of the synchro fission, flickers out too. Meanwhile, Vanilla somehow still surviving, despite her being the first target that Dreammax girls went for. Hybrid, she wants to go for a trade. Oh no, Vanilla goes in for the clear, onto the wave, now goes in for the chase. Hybrid, can you run away? No Vengeance. Now knocked up by the Minotaur, gunned down and scratched down by the Lycan.
Is this a tank, Roger? Like, what is going on here? She got crashed in and still managed to be okay enough. She's not. She's damaged, of course. She's only got that War Axe too, but man, talk about just items locked in across the board for Net Angels, well on their way at 10,000 gold ahead from DMG. And you see that even when DMG tries to make a play, they try to set something up, try to get anything that they can. Ultimately, they can't because they're outgunned, they're out-itemed. You know, and at this point, we're talking about they don't have any space to move around with. They have no turrets down. This objective goes in the hands easily of Net Angels. So DMG, you know, we've seen this before in the past, you know, where teams are behind and they have 10,000 gold to work against. And really, when you have to kind of break it down, like how do they stay in this? How could they possibly turn the tables here against Net Angels and what they've been able to do? And also with the idea that they're going to get forced to fight even under the turrets. It's more so of survive the best you can in your base. Hope that you withstand the push from this Lord. and then slowly turn things around. These kills also have to go to Aslan. But now Lord already on top side. They're going to have to defend against it. Keep an eye also on Halang. Flickers aren't available just yet. Turret's going to go down though.
Good Lord charge there with the enhanced Lord. Taking 1, taking 2 in the bottom lane. Vanilla doing a whole lot of work there. 2, 3 base turrets now taken down. They're looking for the end game. Carrier really needs to go for a big play. Melina Blitz stolen away. Aslan can be able to pop or get out. Midas Fury 5-man knocked up in the air for the Synchro Vision to wrap things up. Net Angel secure an amazing victory.
I don't know who I would pick for MVP here, man. Koo's Fury. That's pretty much what it was. How many times did she get that setup? How many times did she enable the lineup here from Net Angels? And even Vanilla, down to the micro level, the skills that she showcased in this game one, absolutely phenomenal here. Showing already a massive win under the 15-minute mark too. Very impressive, very fast-paced as well.
Personally, I would definitely give it to Koo. Right? I mean, all the saves in the early game to that final set.
That was beautiful.
That final set was, I think if you're a Minotaur player, that is the dream moment.
Yeah, that is definitely, and I'm sure our experts will have a lot to say about this. Boys, why don't you break this one down?
Thank you so much, Naisu. Thank you so much, Mirko. Man, that was a steamroll from Net Angels.
Hey, that's one way to put it, but just to throw it back to the start, what really led to Net Angels flying away, get it? With the victory. Yeah.
Because angels have wings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was the start. I'm talking like first 1.5 to 2 minutes. DMX girls, they tried to pick fights wherein, yeah, your lineup does spike up relatively quicker than Net Angels, but I think it came down to the mechanics. So DMX, you were looking for fights, and Net Angels, were they ready to serve it up? Like, they also wanted to fight, and well, eventually 8 minutes in, 9 minutes in, they were at 4K, 5K, 6K, 7K, and then eventually just snowballed out.
Yeah. At some point, they were 10K plus, right? I think we'll get a little bit more of a read on the data and the numbers later on. But again, I like that you mentioned that earlier on, right? Even though DMG, they were far behind, they still were so aggressive in these team fights, still looking in for picks. There were so many moments that even Ruby, right, went in very aggressively, but was unable to get anything. So 14 minutes, that's how long that it took. And it felt like naturally, Net Angels, with the composition that they were given, with the Roger, with the Harith, it felt like a snowball from the start.
Yep. Talking about that Harith, Sikoshi here, our lead damage dealer, you'll notice she was rocking the Vengeance, right? She was rocking the Vengeance.